Hi, welcome to Cindy's Little House. In today's video, we are redesigning and painting our front porch pillar.
And now we're good the way we are. For the first time in ages, I wake up and don't hate it. I guess I found some peace.
So this is our front pillar, and this is what it looks like. Look at the bottom of it. Okay, I cut out all that bad that was messed up, and then we figured out it's not structural at all. It's just for show. It's not holding up anything. So what we decided to do was redesign it and paint it so that it won't, get all that water in there. So this is the start of that.
Until you came up now, I don't know what to do. I ain't over you. I ain't over. I ain't over. No matter what I do, I ain't over you. Give it time, things will settle. Just a face till it's better, yeah. Heard it all before. Even though we were toxic, feels the most when you've lost it. That's just how it goes. By myself feeling lonely, can't get back to the old me. I'm stuck in way too deep. I thought this was
So my husband's using this birch plywood, and he's just going around and doing the flat piece all the way around, especially over the hole, of course. And then he's going to go back around the top and the bottom with the quarter round, and it transformed this pillar. It looks amazing. I mean, you would not think that little bit of wood would make such a difference. And of course now the water's not going to get in there, and I caulked it like crazy, so it's gonna last. And there's 2 coats of regular paint and 1 coat of the primer, and it's just in better shape. And then at the bottom also was rusted metal, but I sanded it down and primed and painted it too.
Those cold nights in December, and the sound of the falling snow, the fireplace warming us, the VHS movie box, your old broke down touring bus, and not a single cloud in the sky. If I could go back in time, I'd pack my bags right now. If I could play back, rewind, I wouldn't think twice. A pair of jeans and a dusty shirt, we didn't have a dime. No, you and me were poor as dirt, all we had was time.
So apparently he was having a difficult time with the nail gun. I did not know, because I was doing another project inside. So yeah, and then my son and I went to Dollar Tree and a couple places just to get some organization stuff. And so yeah, bless his heart, he was having a rough time with that nail gun. So it started working again though. Oh, and it was so windy that day, but it was also windy a couple of days later after I got this whole project done. I got the porch put back together. I went walking and I came back, and to the left there was a shutter that just blew off the house, right? And I just painted those shutters really not that long ago. It blew off the house, and when it did, it didn't fully come off. It just came off all the way to the bottom, and so it bent, and now it's broken, so now we have to replace it. Isn't that the way it goes? As soon as you get one thing done, another thing just flies off your house. I just don't know what was going on.
Change it if I could, 'cause it all led us up to this. Every moment, every kiss. If I could go back in time, I'd pack my bags right now. If I could play back, rewind, I wouldn't think twice. A pair of jeans and a dusty shirt. We didn't have a dime. No, you and me were poor as dirt, and all we had was time. When you and me were poor as dirt, and all we had was time.
I was looking like a fool when I met ya, all covered up in the dirt from my past. So insecure by myself when I met ya. Won't you give me any warning? I've been thinking about you day and night and day and night. To be honest, I just don't know.
This little bush that he's up against right now, oh my goodness, that bush was giving us a hard time. I almost came out there and just cut the whole thing down. It is one of those sticky bushes, which is fine normally because we're not going to be up against it. But me painting, I got up against it, and him doing this project, we had to get up against it, and it kind of bites. So it's really bad. But anyway, I wanted to mention that because if it looked like he was trying to stay away from it, that's the reason. Also, I want to let people know, I don't know if there's anyone out there that's ever had hip surgery or needs hip surgery. My husband has had it on both hips, and look at him. He's on the ground, on his knees, and he used to could not do that. So I'm just very grateful for the two surgeries. He didn't have them at the same time, of course, 2 different times, but it is amazing to me that he can get down on his knees like that and bend around. It's great. So if you ever thought about it or needed it, this is what it does for you. It's helpful.
Mess, need to untangle, and I'm a fool for you, baby. Fool for you, baby. Waiting for you to come out and save me. Fool for you. I know it isn't logical. That's something that you do to me is chemical. I know it isn't logical. Something that you do to me. I'm the one with a broken heart, waiting for you to come out and save me. I'm a mess, need to untangle, and I'm a fool for you, baby. Fool for you, baby. Waiting for you to come out and save me. Fool for you.
One step forward and another back. I would never try to fool you.
Now, our pillar had the damage at the bottom, and so we had to cover that up. But even if you were just wanting to change the style of your pillar, this would be a very budget-friendly way to do it. because it would have been very expensive for us to get the fluted. You actually have to order that fluted piece of wood like that, especially that wide. And you can order the entire thing, but it's very expensive. So this is definitely a budget DIY here, and it just turned out so well. We've been in this house 4 years, and I'm like, why didn't we do this the day we moved in? Because this was so bad. It was like that ever since we moved in. We bought a fixer-upper. This was a fixer-upper. And so we knew that there were going to be problems, and we've tried to fix most of them so far. And, your time gets away from you. You try to get things done. And I actually concentrated on the inside of my house for a long time before I really started doing outside things. But, and here you'll see me caulking. I'm being very particular about this because I do not want water up in here again like it was before. And the caulking just makes things look smoother and prettier once you paint, because you can't see it. So, and what happens is you get your pillar looking so nice, then your trim starts not looking as good. Isn't that what they say? You paint your walls, and then you got to get new drapes, and then you got to get a new floor. It's kind of like that outside too. So I did get some trim paint and brought it home, and I was gonna paint some of that trim, but my trim was not the right color, so now I got to take it back. So if you were wondering about that, yeah, I'm going to be painting the trim in another video eventually.
I need you, baby. I need you, baby. I was on your bed and you undressed. Maybe when I pulled you in and felt your breath, then I knew the girl I need you. You're smiling like that, I could never resist it. Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh.
So I'm actually making this caulking job look a little easier than it is, but the fluted part, putting in the caulking to where it didn't mess with that part, it was a little complicated, but I got it done. And I don't think I had this on video, but I did sand some of the parts to smooth it out a little bit better, but most everything didn't need that. I got it all caulked and smoothed out before I ever put the primer on there. So, and that's coming up next.
I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say, you're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you.
Trees aren't green, the ocean is gray, sky is a vague blue, come my way. My room is a mess, it could use a hand. My favorite TV shows to capturing. I know must get it right, must get back in the fight. This can't be a surprise. I think I'll let it slide. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I know I can't make it through. Every night it's the same. I keep running.
So I'm very grateful my husband came out to help me because I was making a huge mess and I wasn't really like getting the pillar messy or anything. It was just getting all over my hands, and then when I was trying to smooth things out, it was no. And I couldn't get up and down. Well, I could have, but that was the problem. Up and down on the ladder, up and down on the ladder. So him coming out there and just holding things for me, that helped me out. So I didn't have to get up and down and up and down. It's just 3 little steps on this little step thing, but I am terrified of heights, and I get on the top step and I hate it. So if you ever see me on a ladder, it's because I have to, because I'm doing something that I really want to do, because I do not like heights at all.
Make it through. Every night it's the same. I keep running fast, left and right, wondering where my head's gone now. I'm sleepwalking through all of my problems. I know all of my problems. I know. Maybe I need a break. Maybe that's why I fade into this bitter taste. I think I'll let it be. There's another side of you trying to break through, able to tell the truth. No one else can see you like I do. All you ever do is say how far you wanna go. Baby, I can tell it's just for show. Every line designed to let me know. You know you're already accepted. To me, you're always picture perfect. You think you're gonna be rejected. Just say you're in love, 'cause so am I. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. So am I. Say that you are. So am I. Say that you love me. When we are together, you're afraid to hold my hand, trying to understand. What if this doesn't go as planned?
This priming step is a step that I would highly advise not to skip. It actually was really good for the old paint to cover up, but it was also really good for the new wood so that it, it would get covered good. And then I did the 2 coats of the black, and it went on so smooth. And really, I was going to do 3 coats, and it only needed 2. And I just went around after I did 2 to make sure I got all the little spots, and it looked perfect. So I highly advise using a primer, especially on something like this, because I was going from light to dark, but it was really old paint. So and I did wash off the pillar before I started painting the primer. And I don't know, I'm not big on primers usually, but this just worked out really well. And this is the same primer I used in my bathroom. And oh my goodness, it made such a difference in my bathroom. If you use a primer that's this type of primer, mold and mildew resistant, above your shower where most of the water comes, it just makes a huge difference. So it's my advice to use that. You don't have to use it in the whole room, but over by the shower. I think it's probably over too much, if you use it in the whole room, but over by the shower is the perfect way to do it.
I saw the city passing by my window. Was in the crowd, but I felt so alone. Looked at my phone like every other second. My future was blurry and numb, a tunnel where there's no light. Oh, but then you came and sat right next to me. Your eyes, they glowed and filled me up. We had never met before that time, but I just knew that we'd end up. You took it, you took it, took away my loneliness. Oh, I know it, I know it. You're making me wholehearted. Together, together is always better. I don't want to be parted. You're making me wholehearted. You're making me wholehearted. We jumped off the subway leading nowhere. Your warm hands rubbed off the cold around me. I heard you say that everything is alright, but how did you know how I felt? You saw right through me that day. I was lost in space, but you pulled me down.
On this day, I was so fortunate. It was also very windy, and not as windy probably as it was that other day, but windy enough and warm enough. It has really warmed up here in Alabama. I mean, we're getting, 88, 87 degree weather. So it's like summertime. So anyway, as I was painting, it was drying pretty quick because of the wind and all, and just being warm and not too warm, because here in Alabama I've told y'all before, it gets too hot to paint. And so if you don't get on it in the spring and the fall, you might as well forget it, because it's either going to be too cold or too hot, and the humidity will ruin your paint. And right now we're not having that horrid humidity, even though we're having that 87 degree weather. So spring is a good time to do that. The only thing is, we have what we call southern snow, which is pollen, and it's horrible. The pollen is horrible. Once it rains, like if it gets pollinated really bad and then it rains a couple of days, it kind of washes away a little bit and makes it a itty bit better. And so that's helpful. But anyway, you have to just get out there in the spring, even if you can't breathe because of the pollen, because it's the only time you can paint. And so I've been doing a lot of that. And probably here on my channel, you may have noticed that I've done a lot of things outside because this is the time of year to do it. And before I know it, it's going to be 115 degrees with 100% humidity. So I have to just get out there and get it done.
With every heartbeat, you're coming closer, coming closer. Every old leaf is turning over, turning over. Every season, a reminder that you're never gonna leave me. No matter where I try to roam, when I feel like I am fading, you will never let me go. Past every storm cloud, rays of sunlight, rays of sunlight. Past all of my doubts, I see a sunrise, see a sunrise. Every morning, a reminder that you're never gonna leave me. No matter where I try to roam, when I feel like I am fading, you will never let me go. You will never.
So we got that done, and I'm glad that that is done. I've been wanting to get that done ever since we moved in. I'm gonna break this down to show you what products we used on our pillar. We could have just bought a complete pillar and put it up there, but that would have cost us a lot more money, and it wasn't necessary. Okay, so I used a primer. It's called 123 Primer Zinsser, $12.49, because I had the little can. But I bought that for the bathroom, so I already had it. So we could count it or not count it. And then the black paint was the Glidden Premium Satin Exterior, $36.98 can. Now, I had that for the front door, and I had bought it for the side door, the same can. I'm using the same can, and then now the pillar. So, and there's still enough for that. My mom's back door back there, I'm going to use it on her back door. So I think that $36 went a long way. Then we bought a quarter round that was approximately, it was about $10. And then the plywood birch piece was about $8. So not bad. And then of course I used caulk, which I always have on hand. So, I didn't really have to repurchase that, and I didn't really use a ton of it because I just used it at the top and the bottom. But it is necessary to use caulk. You want it to be watertight, and the caulk helps for the watertight, and then also the primer is a watertight primer. And doing the primer, the caulk, all that, just helps out. And then I did 2 coats of the black paint. It really only needed 2 coats. I could have done 3, but really it needed 2 coats, especially after I did the primer. the primer just seemed to help the black paint to go on a lot stronger and better. So that's it for the rundown of how much it costs. And I don't know how many hours we spent on it, but, but it really was not that big of a project because after my husband finished that project and I started painting on it, he was in the backyard working on the fence, which is something else that's on our list. So if you want to see these type DIY fix it on houses and inside, outside, we do all the things. I clean every now and then. I'll cook something, and if I think it's important, or if it's something that somebody might really really love. So that's what happens around here at Cindy's Little House. I love to redo my home, and so if you like those type videos, come back and see what's going on at Cindy's Little House. Thank you, and come again.